Today is Valentine's Day, and it's a really special day. And honestly, I really wanted to get this interview done that I did with Rhett. But the thing is, my laptop, I know it's an excuse, but I have class in 12 hours, and I still have a homework assignment to do. And I know this is my problem, not your problem, and I'm kind of making it your problem a little bit. But I'm just going to upload this episode instead, talk about three different brands of love, things I've learned about love in my life. Because love is like the most desirable trait. To be able to love and care about somebody just right out of the gate, just to appreciate them, even if you haven't even talked with them. That's something I've always wanted to do, is to be able to help people see themselves in a better light because of how I see them, you know? And I feel like I've developed that to a great degree, but I still struggle from here and there from time to time. And there's three brands, I feel like love can be manifested in like everything, but I wanted to talk about three specific brands of love on this Valentine's Day, and I hope it gives you some direction, encouragement, or inspiration or something. And I'll get that interview with Red up as soon as I can. I could stay up till 4 a.m., get it done, but I know I would regret it. I wouldn't regret it, but I'd just be like, bruh, I should have just should have just gone to bed. It's just a crazy time right now. But anyway, those three brands we're gonna talk about. We got courage, patience, and honesty. We're gonna dive into each of them real quick. As always, if the podcast is helpful for you and you enjoy it, then yeah, definitely follow. And I've had a very blessed Valentine's Day. I'm very loved. I have a wonderful girlfriend named Bella. She's just great. So yeah, she got me this and a lot of other stuff, including these bath bombs. So fun. She's so fun. I'll show them on the camera. Whoop. All right, and this root beer. So we have a much more interesting shot today, but probably won't get this on YouTube for a while. Anyway, we'll just jump right into it now. Courage is so important, and as I was growing up, there was those times where it was really hard to speak up, and that's like courage. Is like having courage to say something even if you don't know what to say, trusting that you will be able to say something to make somebody's day a little bit better. I mean, that's love. That's love in action, is courage. And that's something I've learned to do. I remember, I keep thinking of this one experience from track where I finished up with practice, was walking by some friends that were chilling, and we were all waiting for our parents to pick us up, of course. And I had this scripture come to mind from the Book of Mormon that was just talking about strength and how Christ will help us be strong if even when we're weak, if we ask Him for help and stuff. And it's something that I believed in and had experience with, and so I just shared it with him, and I didn't really think a ton of it, but I just felt a lot better. Just like that took courage. That was not something that is insignificant. That was like a battle won. That was a victory. That was a W. That was Dallin growing in love towards this person, this this good person, dude, that he reached out to. Those bonds of friendship are stronger now, that kind of thing, and it really stuck with me. And so I've tried to take a lot of courageous moves and steps on my mission when I was meeting people every day that I may never see again, and wearing, and representing, like wearing a badge that said I was representing Christ and His church and everything. Just, I really try to take that as reverently and seriously as I could. It was like, these people need help. I need to reach out to them, and that takes courage. And courage is so interesting because sometimes it's courage to do nothing and to say nothing, to just run, or to just speak, or just so many different things. Like if somebody's aggravating you, it takes a lot of courage to not blow your top. I mean, I think we all want to do that sometimes. Just like be like a blender. Let's just take the top off. Bam! Everything is going to fly everywhere, and it's not going to be pretty. But in the moment, it's like, yo, if I just take this top off, if the top just blows off, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I've experienced that where I just kind of let my anger get in the way of my potential time to use courage, and it did not go well. So that's the first thing, courage. It's a good stuff. Good stuff. Patience. Patience is so important. I think patience really comes back to trusting in yourself, trusting in your abilities, trusting in the things that you're doing, and just showing up day in, day out, and not deviating from the path. This is something Jocko Willing talks a lot about on his podcast. Talks about just staying on the path. You know, every day he takes a picture of his watch that says, "Get some, go get some. I'm getting up ready." You know, I'm being a little silly, but it is really inspiring. Like, you have to stay in the ring. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep trying, even if you are on the ground at some points, getting coached, or you kind of are getting knocked around. You do need to get back up at some point, and that is the road of patience. Patience just it's difficult to it's pretty difficult to develop patience, especially patience for yourself with different things. But I have definitely seen how, just remembering the long view. Maybe you are not where you want to be right now, but in the long view, if what you're doing right now, if you did that every single day for the next 10 years, where would that bring you, And if you made some pivotal decisions along the way, I mean, that's something just to kind of keep in mind. I never really thought too much about where track or where basketball or other things were going to bring me. I just kind of tried to focus on the process and enjoy it and just be patient with myself because, on my mission, for example, we were learning different things and that took patience. I wasn't just going to be able to knock on a door and immediately be able to connect with a person. That took time to develop. That was something that we cannot force. And this is something I've been studying recently, is like how you cannot tell the plant when it is going to grow. You water it, you nourish it, you give it sun, you do all these things, you protect it from things, but you do not get to choose when it grows. And so I think it's just really important to, when we have those chances to exercise patience, that we try to do it, to just hang in there. And I think that's something I'm trying to get better at. Sometimes you just have to be still and just know that, like, as long as you keep up what you're doing, man, you'll be just fine. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, a lot of your worrying has to do with, like, comparisons of where other people are at or things you feel like you need to do, but really just showing up every day or even just every other day and getting some things done in the right direction, like, that's everything. Like, that gets you really far in life. And that's something I've definitely learned to do, is just trust in the hard work I've been putting in, trust in patience, trust that all those pearls of patience that I put into my treasured chest of life will be so valuable and so worth it, as opposed to all of the whatever the alternative is. you know that's definitely what I've seen. Sometimes it really helps to just hold yourself back, listen with love, because at the end of the day, you don't know what the other person is experiencing, what they have experienced, what they've seen, what they haven't seen. And so it just really helps just to listen, because you don't know what that person really needs until they open themselves up more to you and talk more about what they're struggling with. So just being patient, trusting that, things are going to make more sense as you continue down the path and as you keep trying. That's patience. Finally, we have honesty. I honestly went through a point in my earlier life where I would lie a tiny bit sometimes, and I wasn't completely truthful. I'd sometimes say little fibs here and there. It was nothing too major, but it kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't know if what I'm really saying is truthful a lot of the time, and it just felt weird. I don't know, and this was kind of an insecure time for me, so it just made me feel like I wasn't doing a lot of good in the world, period. And it wasn't very good, obviously. I've now gotten to the point where I try to be extremely honest with people, and sometimes maybe I go a little overboard with that. I'll say, like, yeah, I didn't get here at 9:30 like I said, but I got here at 9:32, like little stuff like that. But I think it really helps just to hold yourself accountable and just know that you trust yourself enough. I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm going to be honest with this person I'm dating or somebody I'm interested in. I'm gonna be or that's interested in me. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be honest with this person. When you're honest with yourself and with other people, that is an act of love. That is an act that is going to bring more love. It's not going to bring less love. All these things are going to bring more love. Even if in the moment it seems difficult to have courage, you do it the right way, and there's going to be more love. It might be kind of difficult to handle it and to move forward, but at the end of the day, you approach it, and more love will result. And it's a lot better to be an honest person. That was a long time ago, but it's still in my memory. Like, it definitely was real, definitely happened. So I don't know, it just leads to other stuff, right? If there's a lack of patience, if there's a lack of courage, if there's a lack of honesty, it's going to lead to other things. It's going to lead to lack of other things, because love is love takes so much effort to develop, really. And the more you give, the more you have. And love is truly a verb, and it's not just a word. It's a thing you do, thing that you sacrifice for, a thing that you just keep showing up for and keep striving for, even if you don't really feel it, but you just keep trying, because this is how I'm going to get there, is if I just keep on the path I'm currently on. Yeah, honestly, honesty, being honest with yourself, definitely one of the best things you can do if you're trying to develop love for yourself, keeping commitments. And I know I'm not the best example of this right now. I am going through my own storms, and it's a little crazy, but I'm still putting out some content because I hope it is helpful. And that's pretty much it. You just have to, you know, I think this is one of the best gifts you can give yourself, is be like, oh yeah, I wasn't super productive today, and that's okay. This is kind of what I did, and kind of break it down, and just kind of be nice to yourself, obviously, but hold yourself accountable. Be honest with yourself. With different jobs like sales or other things, you need to be able to be like, oh yeah, I didn't spend that much time researching this area I was going to knock or whatever, and acknowledging that there's more you can do. And it's a balance, of course, but honesty is the best policy, and it's really hard to do sometimes, but I know that it definitely leads to more love and not less love in the end. So that's pretty much it. We just dropped this little episode, and I hope you all had a good Valentine's Day, like I said before. And I'll get that episode of Rhett done and uploaded as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for your patience. I really do appreciate it. It's so hard to be patient, honest, and courageous with myself sometimes, but when I have, it's definitely led to lots of good things, and I know it will for you as well. And yeah, the best is yet to come. Things are going to work out. So it says in Romans 8:28 that everything will work together for good for those who love God, and I believe that. And I also believe that from really understanding and taking care of yourself, that's going to lead to a lot of joy and stuff too, and just taking care of other people and helping out other people, because helping out other people also helps out yourself. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to be kind and reach out to somebody today that might need it. They might really need it today. And that's all I got. Again, don't forget to heal today, and it'll be a better tomorrow. If you have any experiences you'd like to share with me, hit me up at Yield Today If Down podcast. My ears are always open for good vibes and stuff like that. Boom!